Hello everyone, it is Joe here from OmniPoke, the channel that brings you guys everything Pokemon. And today I'm just going over the UK Nationals Fantasy Draft that myself, Jack, and a couple of friends of mine, Xanatu TCG, also known as Nick, and another friend, Ben Patolsky, we all conducted a fantasy draft for players that we thought that would do well at UK Nationals this year during a live stream that Jack was doing. And I just wanted to go over the picks and add in some extra info and stuff like that, just for those of you who may have missed the stream or haven't quite got your finger on the pulse and don't really know what's going on. So here is the rules and stakes, basically, of the draft. So everyone takes turns selecting a player. We're only doing the Masters Division. We are all ourselves in the Masters Division, so that gives us the best sort of scope for playstyles of different players. You know, we know them a lot more personally because we're in that age division. And clearly, once someone is picked, they can't be selected by anyone else. There's a small cash prize. We've all put £5 in to the cash pool, which will go to the winner. The winner is someone who has the highest total points of all of their players, basically, that get selected. And there's also going to be an additional forfeit for the loser of the draft, and that will be selected by the other three members of the draft. So if I was to lose, Nick, Ben and Jack can all get together and think of a nasty thing for me to have to do during the next tournament. So that's a little bit of extra fun just to add to the draft. So on the right you can see the scoring system. It's a pretty standard one. I think the Top Cut used it a few years ago, and it was also used by Pokemon TCG HQ for the 2015 Nationals draft. We're pretty much copying them because it was really a lot of fun. I got picked last year, which is cool. Yeah, we thought we'd basically just copy it. So the points are completely arbitrary, but it's just the highest total points once we've added up each player's placement in the tournament. So if you happen to select the first place player, you will get 100 points added to your team's total. So the highest total for your entire team is the winner, etc, etc. So the runner-up of the event gets 75 points. Anyone who gets in the top 8 with 30, anyone in the top 16 gets 20, anyone top 32 gets you 10 points. And in addition to any of these placements, if they're unbeaten in the first day, you get an additional 10 on top of that. So if you selected someone who made the top 8 by going 6-0-0 or 6-0-1, I guess. I think it's 7 rounds for Nationals normally. So say if someone went 6 wins and a tie, they made it into the top 8. That's not just the 30 points, it's an additional 10 on top of that. So pretty simple. And as they continue, if they maybe made the final, you would get 85 points because it adds on to whatever they did. So it's not like these stack. If someone wins, they don't get every one of these. They just get one of these things. So yeah. So it was myself and Jack, each having different teams. Nick, who is running the growing YouTube channel, I think it's fair to say, Xanatu TCG. I'm putting a link in his channel below because he actually recorded as we did the stream live. So if you want to see some decision making or whatever else about the stream, it's kind of casual, but it was a lot of fun. There was some banter going on, so good to watch that if you have interest in it. So yeah, the link's going to be in the description, and also Ben Patolsky, who's another good friend and very good player himself as well. So we basically decided the order based on our current championship points. So I got to take first pick with the highest championship points, and then so on. So here is my team, and I thought I'd give you guys a few extra details with this. So we have current championship points that the players are on, the championship total that they hit last year, their placement at Nationals last year, and any extra info that I thought was relevant. So yeah, this was my team, and I thought I'd do some number crunching on all this as well. So my team has the highest current average for championship points, averaging out at 498.333. So that's pretty awesome. So Ryan Morehouse, he's a seniors winner of Nationals in the past. Alex Dow came second last year at Nationals, but he actually scooped in the final, so he is often referred to as the People's Champ. So you could consider him to be the first place player of last year, but regardless. And then Scott Simmons was my third pick. He came third at the ECC this year, so he's in great form right now. as his current championship points will tell you. In comparison to last year, he's really come on leaps and bounds. Then Charlie Powell, Oliver Barnett and Fraser Anderson, all solid picks. I actually played Fraser Anderson in the last round of 2015 Nationals, and it was a win and in, so we both ended up tying. So he came 13th, I came 15th, I think, in the end. So he was very close to making it last year, and I'm confident he'll do well again. So that's my team, and let's look at Nick's picks. Nick's team statistically doesn't look too good. It has the least amount of top 16 finishes from 2015 that you can see here. It has the lowest current average of championship points, and it has the lowest average of 2015 as well. So that's not any insult to any of these players. That's just statistically how it looks. So I'm not doubting Nick's selection skills at all. There are still some fantastic players here going down the list. Luke Kirkham, look at those championship points, very consistent the last 2 years, other than his Nationals placement where he played Mega Rayquaza, and it was just a pretty bad choice for the day. Remember, 2015 Nationals for the UK still had Lysander's trump cards, so pretty much everyone was just playing Seismitoad, Shaman that did well. So yeah, Samuel McClure, he's ended up in the top 8, I think, in 2014 Nationals. Paul Stringer, another consistent player who is actually often bubbling. He's normally the 9th place player at every tournament. I think he's bubbled, I think 5 cities and 4 regionals in at 9th. So not the luckiest player, but you know, he might be able to make it. Nats, Rob Kimbram, 2013 winner of Nationals. So even though you can see his championship points are way lower, he's definitely got the skill level here at all. So this is definitely a deceptive little thing here, because the last couple of years he's been on a win and in as well to make it into the top 8, and basically his championship points are low because he doesn't play too often but loves showing up at Worlds and Nationals and trying to do well. Jamie Serhan came at 4th last year, and Kai Colston as well. A pretty solid player who, again, he's pretty much not been turning up to events. That's why the championship points are low. So don't trust the statistics. There's still some phenomenal players here. Nick's made some good picks despite what the stats will tell you. Then we got Ben's boys, all of Ben's lads who competed at least. Chris, I don't believe competed. I couldn't see him on the list when I was trying to find all these players' placements and stuff. But at least 5 of the 6, they came in. All of them came in top 16 last year, so that's absolutely huge. So if Ben had picked these names last year, he would have got 120 points via our scoring system, and that's a really high number to get. So if all these players repeat their performances, Ben's looking to do pretty well this year, I'd say. So Jake Walvin, he cuts pretty much every year unless he's getting disqualified. Adam Hawkins, again, super consistent player. Scott Burgess is our 2014 national champion. Been playing quite a bit less this year, but still got his invite quite comfortably. Andrew Emerson, he's someone who's really come out and done really well this season. I think it's a combination of going to more events and just really knuckling down and working a lot harder. Sam Taylor, he's actually the reverse. He's been coming to a whole bunch of less events. So you can see his CP is way lower than last year, but maybe Nats can boost that up once again. And Chris as well. He's doing a lot better this season, I think, from last season. Bit of an injustice to his points here. Definitely a good player as well. And like I say, I couldn't find his placement at Nationals. Maybe I just missed him on the list, but I don't recall if he was there. I couldn't find him anyway. Apologies if you were there. And finally we have Jack's team. He has the highest average championship points from 2015 collectively, his team. And even taking Jonathan Cowley into account, basically doing the division by 6 players rather than 5 players, by like excluding Jono, he's still the second highest average. So definitely a lot of experience and strong players here over the last couple of years. Tamal Cameron, he came top 8 at the ECC this year with a very, very awesome Monetric Bats list that played Crushing Hammers. Corey Kirkham, fantastic senior player who's just aged up. And he'd be on a much higher current championship points total if his brother would stop knocking him out of top 8, because he just bullies him basically. But yeah, look at that point total. He's a phenomenal player. No secret that he's very, very good, and he's settling into Masters very well. Carl Blake, he pretty much just comes for nationals events and he always seems to end up in the top cut, so very good pick there. John O'Cowley, he's been away for a couple of years, but seeing as though he's literally not been playing the game for 2 years, being 2 points away from his invite is phenomenal. So clearly a lot of talent there. Joseph Phillip, a consistent Worlds competitor, or at least he gets the points for Worlds most years, so again, very good. Just bubbled top 16 last year. And Rhys Williams, again, you can see pretty consistent in his numbers. He's managed to make Worlds already this year, which is fantastic. So again, a lot of good players here. So I can't really argue with any of these picks. So that is everyone. Pause at any point if you want to see those picks. But that is the draft, basically. I just thought I'd go back over it, throw in a few stats to make it entertaining for those of you who wouldn't really know these players. There are some foreign viewers that don't necessarily know who these players are. So I thought I'd give you some extra info in there to help you decide, maybe vote who you think is going to win in the comments below. That would be kind of interesting. So I'm pretty happy with my picks. I'm sure everyone else is happy with theirs. So that's it, guys. Follow the link in the description if you want to see us actually draft it live. It's not as easy as it looks, and this is definitely a great model if you want to do your own draft for maybe your own nationals, or maybe even in the UK you want to do your own draft. This is a fantastic framework to do it, and it really gets you thinking about players as well. So it's a really fun thing to do with friends. Doesn't necessarily have to be for cash prizes or forfeits, but it is just a lot of fun to sit down with buddies and discuss this sort of thing. So hope you enjoyed this video, guys. It's a bit of a different one to most, but it's pretty entertaining for us at least, and it's going to be something to follow while we go through UK Nationals, which is going to be in 6 weeks time. I think it's the 14th and 15th of May, so definitely put that in the calendar. It should be good. So that's me, that's everything from today. So hope you all enjoyed, guys, and it's been Joe from OmniPoke, and I'll see you guys next time.